Star Trek: The Next Generation has a lot of important life lessons for a young man, and that it's actually a positive thing for them to learn.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that.
Oh, and I mean,
I don't know if this has to do with Trump winning Pennsylvania, but I'm here for it.
By the way, we're weaving just like Trump. You guys know that from Schultz. So we can weave. Why don't we weave back to Pennsylvania and what?
I don't know. Did you think Star Trek sucked when you were a kid?
No, honestly, I don't care. I really don't care. But
it was kind of nerdy. The first one was a little campy, especially in the 80s and 90s by the time technology improved. But Star Trek Next Gen was so good, dude. Patrick Stewart was a god on camera.
But you need to understand why. And one example is, I think it was called The Measure of a Man. And it's a trial where they determine whether or not Data the android is a sentient human life worthy of rights. And the argument is he a washing machine or is he a man? And what makes a man? And so the whole episode is basically a philosophical discussion over when we determine something is living and deserves rights.
Do you think AI is going to end up getting human rights or some sort of basic rights?
Do I think I'm so
sort of
the
an
wrong
expert.
person to ask? I'm not an expert because I used to work in AI, and that's why people think I'm the side.
There's some
Talk more about that. I want to know
there's some
about
dude right now.
AI.
There's some dude who just clicked this video and it's like Trump will win. Trump is winning in Pennsylvania. Republicans are picking up, and then they're just like, what is happening?
He's like, Dr. Brown derailed the track again. I don't ride on tracks, you guys. That's why it's a constant derailment with me.
Sitting there,
I don't
nerds.
And everyone's wondering why.
Well, we're trying to get more Star Trek.
Okay, well, I want to go back to Pennsylvania, but do you think AI is going to get human rights?
No, that's my short answer.
I think yes.
I think it's inevitable.
I think yes because you won't know.
Oh,
You won't know what's AI.
So
and what's not.
when an AI is on X and it's saying I deserve free speech, the default's going to be to allow it to have free speech.
You're like, you can't ban.
And it's going to be like, I'm allowed to be an anonymous individual and have my privacy and speak my mind on social media. And they're going to be like, yeah, you can't ban them. Like, unless there are certain rules they broke. And so they're going to be like, yes, Poop Shoot 52 deserves human rights. You can't ban them from X.
I look forward to the fights on whether they're allowed in women's sports, though, because that'll
AI?
be really fun. Yeah, is AI allowed in women's
Robots?
sports?
We're
Yeah.
not men. We're androgyny.
No, because that's when Leah Thomas comes out and it's like, I'm furious because then Leah starts losing against AI. And
You think it's that soon? Like there's going to be robots in women's sports in like a
I
couple
know.
of
You
years?
see what Elon's doing with that robot thing? That was
Yeah, but they
walking
faked
around?
that.
Oh, did they? Was that like a human actually controlling it?
It was. It walked with AI, but my understanding is it was remotely controlled by.
Oh, that's so sad. Did you see there were articles recently about how those Amazon stores, where you're supposed to just take things and it would track it and charge you. They just had people like in India tracking you on camera
What? Is that
and
true?
just paying attention. And it was cheaper to just have people in India tracking you through the
don't think
store.
that's true.
It is true. You
Because
can look it up.
when
Look it up.
Well, so when that first opened, I went and broke the Amazon store. And we did a report where I put a report, I think it was on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Timcast, where I was able to take a bag of groceries without paying.
Right. But so they made mistakes. The same way AI would make mistakes, but people make mistakes. They could only track so many people.
If it was a human being tracking me, I wouldn't have been able to pull off what I did.
Amazon insists that Just Walk Out isn't secretly run
Yeah.
by workers watching you
But
shop.
there were so many articles about how they were. Okay. I don't want to spread false information.
Because I may have explained how I ended up taking a bag of groceries without it charging me, but because these things are more ubiquitous, I'm not gonna, just for the sake of it, say it now. It's not super complicated, but I was able to go in, fill up a bag of groceries, walk out, and they never charged me. There are some more obvious tricks, and I ended up calling and getting a comment from the store and asking them about it. One of them that I think was more common was you can preload a $5 gift card and use it to sign into the store, and then walk out with whatever you want. And I asked them about this. I said, if someone got a $5 gift card, Visa preload, and you let them in, when they leave with $100 worth of groceries, it'll just get declined. And they went, yep. And I was like, okay. And it's been a long time, but I'm pretty sure what they told me was the cost of shrinkage, the lack of overhead is greater than the cost of shrinkage. They don't care if people walk out with stuff because most people don't. And they're saving up so much money anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So,
But by the way, I don't necessarily believe that headline that when they're denying it, because I also know there was a headline years ago of Amazon saying they had a software they were using that was AI meant to assess all the resumes coming in because they get hundreds of thousands, probably millions of resumes a year, and they only hire a couple thousand people. And they were talking about how I know that they were using a software that they did not build in-house, and the software was racist. So it was AI, and it was like not hiring like any women and any, like, it was only hiring Asians, and like it was just sexist, racist, all these things. We'll move on.
It's super funny.
But anyway,
No, it was really funny when that happened.
But it was very funny. But because they didn't want to admit that they didn't build it in-house, they said that it was their own software, but I know because I was working in AI, in HR AI software at the time, I know which software they were using. So they lie. They lie in these articles.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, so when the Optimus thing happened, that's Tesla's robots, they're seen walking and then they're serving drinks and they're talking to people and they're playing charades. And then someone asked them, is this AI and they were like, today I'm being piloted or by a human. And it's like, oh.
Right.
So it's just a human with a controller and they're pressing buttons and probably talking to a microphone. Yeah, but
you know,
it is close.
Elon segues us to Pennsylvania because I actually saw him in Pittsburgh at that town hall on Sunday. He's really
Giving away $1
going-
million bucks.
Yeah, I saw someone else get $1 million. I
you
did
bummed?
not. I was really. No, I wasn't because they looked like a really sweet American, good person, and they were really happy. But I would love $1 million as well. But yeah, he's really going after Pennsylvania because Kamala can't win if she doesn't have PA.
It's just, I think Nate Silver's forecast was a 4% chance that
That was
Kamala.
7%. Is it 4% now?
Well, I don't know, maybe 7 now, but
Yeah.
I remember reading an article that said she has a 4%, or I think it was one of his tweets. She has a 4% chance to win the general if she loses PA.
Yeah. So I actually tried finding it. I saw it was Geiger Capital. They quote tweeted something from Nate Silver, and I couldn't find it actually on his website. But I'm with you. I don't know how it's possible without PA for her.
That's why Elon's there.
Yeah.
And that's why Trump went and served French fries at McDonald's. That was epic. You guys saw all that stuff. I mean, that's the most. This has got to be the most iconic campaign, or one of them at least in this country's history.
Ever. Yeah.
I mean, it's funny because that kind of stuff, the politician going and doing like normie things used to be extremely normal. That used to be something that politicians did very regularly. And then I'm not sure exactly why it changed or what had happened, but that kind of look, I'm relatable stuff was a very normal thing. And it clearly worked. I mean, there's tons of memes, you know, the mainstream media or the legacy media has been complaining about McDonald's and complaining about Donald Trump and complaining that he did it. I know they've been doing everything they can to slander McDonald's Corporation, that particular franchise, Donald Trump, everything they can, just because he went there and he looks like he looks like he's a personable guy and he got along with the people that came up to the drive-thru.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.